Clippers averaging a triple-double, including those 11 assists per game. They are ready to tip it up. David Guthrie, Tyler Ford, Curtis Blair. David Guthrie puts it in the air. The Clippers control the opening tip. And here we go, game 6. First possession, Dunn gets up the first shot and a layup to get us started.
Well, I think game 5 gave Dunn more offensive confidence. 15 points, 6 for 7 from the floor, 3 for 4 from 3, and he gets off to a good start tonight.
First possession for the Nuggets. Murray coming off that 43-point game 5. He finds Chris. Misses his first try, and that is.
Look, we saw a change already. Kawhi Leonard starting the game on Jamal Murray tonight, try to get more size on him.
Brown picks up Harden. That's been a familiar matchup. Harden goes to the basket, lost it out of bounds. That's going to stay in the possession of the Clippers.
This is Harden's drive. You see how he extends the arms. This used to be James Harden move that always got him to the free throw line. The referees have quit giving him that, particularly come playoff time. But with that said, he's still 4th in the league in free throw attempts.
Coach, we saw the 11 points from Harden in game 5. Well, he scored 6 of the first 10 points of the game on drives very similar to that. Kawhi Leonard for 3, short. There's Murray with the rebound. Jamal Murray told Lauren Jabara after game 5, game 6s can be the toughest, trying to close it out as Gordon bullies his way inside.
Well, anytime Gordon gets a guard on him, he's going to go right to the rim, into the post, and use his size advantage. That's a big part of the Nugget attack in transition.
Gordon's got Kawhi Leonard this time down the floor. They give it to Powell. Powell over Murray. And Jokic to rebound. Nuggets want to push it. They led the NBA in fast break points this year. Clippers do a good job getting back. Gordon sets up in the corner. Short again. All the three-point tries are short to start this game. You wonder if there's a little tension involved. Leonard, no look. Beats Zubac. Puts it in. That little push shot.
Boy, he's had a great series, averaging over 20 points a game and shooting 67%.
Zubac finished 2nd most improved player award. That was announced yesterday. Dyson Daniels won that award. Here is Murray. Zubac barking at his own teammates for allowing Murray so much space.
Well, Kawhi Leonard switched back. He veered back to Jokic, and Zubac expected him to keep coming and pursuing Murray.
On the Clipper turnover, here's Michael Porter Jr. He misses it. Now Harden wants to run. Leonard and Powell on the edges. Powell drives on Jokic. Contact. Gets it to go with the left hand.
Explosive move by Powell. Great combination of being able to shoot the 3 and put the ball on the floor and take it to the rim. Was having an all-star worthy season until he got the injury.
Hamstring injury cost him 22 games. Zubac with a steal. Harden hesitation, drives, scores.
That's twice in a row the Clippers have taken it right at Jokic and finished.
Very similar feel to game 5 with the Clippers on the attack. Inside, Brown puts it in. And another bucket in the paint.
Well, it's a great back cut from the corner by Brown.
Powell, crossover, drives. Oh, and that's a goaltend. Porter slaps it off the glass. It had just hit the glass, though. And count the basket. 2 more for Norman Powell, and clearly off the window first. Automatic goaltend.
And everything has been right at the basket for the Clippers. 8 points in the paint. The other one was that short Zubac push shot.
Game 5 was a much different kind of game than what we saw in the first 4, Coach. High-scoring affair. Denver had their highest output as Jokic can't get that to go. Well defended that time.
Yeah, look, we had almost 40 more points in that game combined than we had in the first 4 games in regulation.
Powell for 3. In and out. Good look at it. Nice setup there by Dunn. Nuggets won Game 5 by a final of 131 to 115. Clippers got it within single digits late after they were down 22. And then Denver had that finishing kick. Murray had an incredible Game 5, one of his best in the playoffs, as Jokic reigns in a 3-ball.
I mean, Jokic is incredible. Not only was he in the top 3 in the league in scoring, rebounding, assists, and steals, he was in the top 20 in three-point shooting percentage.
Zubac sprays it out to Powell, and now Dunn steps into a 3. Dunn misses. He knocked down 3 threes in Game 5. He has found himself wide open.
But this is why he's out here right now, is his defense.
And he commits the foul, and that's going to lead us to our first timeout. Game 6, Intuit Dome, 10-9. Clippers have the early lead.
Welcome back to Intuit Dome. This place is rocking for the Clippers. It's win or go home. And Ty Lue telling me he was a little disappointed with the way that they started Game 5. He said we were giving them a lot of really easy opportunities, and it came down to not necessarily schemes, but mental mistakes that we were making. He said it was breakdowns. We have to be better defensively from the jump. It comes down to that mental adjustment. On the other side, for the Nuggets, Jamal Murray told me after Game 5, Game 6s are the hardest to close out. He said the team is fighting for their life. They're playing in front of their home crowd, so we're going to have to bring it. David Adelman also telling me we have to survive the first 6 minutes and not get caught up with it being a closeout game. You don't win by hoping. You win by going through the process. He said calm the road, play at our pace, execute. I'm not thinking about winning yet. I'm thinking about being in the game first. Then we go from there, guys.
Great stuff, Lauren Jabara. Thank you for that. And how about the finish in Detroit? The Knicks advance. Knicks win it 116-113. They will face Boston in the second round on Monday. And here we are at a Game 6 between the Clippers and the Nuggets as James Harden gets inside, scores again. The Clippers back in front. Very similar kind of pace and style of play as we saw in Game 5. Great to have all of you with us now as we get set for the second game of our playoff doubleheader tonight. To Stan Van Gundy, and there is Jokic who puts it in. He just made a 3 a moment ago.
Well, look, if you're going to switch on to Jokic with Chris Dunn at least cannot let him get to his right hand, Brian. He's got to take that away and make him spin back to the left.
Kawhi Leonard knocks down a mid-range jumper. Vintage Kawhi, and he is a big part of the success of the Clippers. He missed half of the season, has come back healthy and strong, and has had some big moments in this series already as Gordon just wipes out Dunn for the second time, and a mismatch the Nuggets have exploited already.
Yeah, they're going at Chris Dunn, who's a great defender, but he's getting caught on big guys here early, and they're taking advantage.
Powell dished a pass late, and it'll be a foul, but side out.
That's the third time, like you said, Brian, they've used their size advantage on Chris Dunn. And here's where the other night's three-point shooting has helped Denver. The Clippers don't want to come and double for Dunn or help because they don't want to give up the threes.
And Ty Lue makes the move here with Dunn missing his first three-point opportunity. And Nick Batum is on the floor. Here's Harden for 3. Harden has really scuffled, not only making threes, but getting three-point attempts. As Murray is tripped up, foul's going to be on James Harden. Harden had 32 points in the Game 1 loss for the Clippers, but coach, in Game 4, just 2 3-point attempts. Game 5, just 2 3-point attempts. And he's 1 for his last 4 from the line. Not the Harden we're used to seeing in the playoffs.
Well, but if we go back through Harden's history, he's been better early in the playoff series than he has been late. Teams adjust to him and make it tough on him.
Clippers are 0 for 4. Baseline jumper. That was pretty.
And the strip down ended up helping Leonard because he had given up his dribble and had nowhere to go. But because of the strip, then he could make another move, and he just used his size on Jamal Murray.
Jokic orchestrating with Murray, the great tandem for these Nuggets with championship pedigree. David Guthrie says It was on the line from a Clipper. I think Kawhi had his foot on the line, so that'll be Nuggets ball with 8 seconds on the shot clock.
And that's what David Guthrie said.
Oh no, he's saying Zubats. I don't know. Ooh, looked like he was clear of it. They got a break there. Nuggets, late clock. Jokic looking for help. And Murray has to put up a prayer, and that comes up short. Good stand defensively by LA.
And better rebounding here early by the Clippers. Doing a much better job of blocking out and gang rebounding. As Powell, another bucket, off to a great start tonight. He's been much better in the 2 games at home in this series coming in than he was in the 3 games in Denver.
Russell Westbrook coming off his big game in Game 5, finds Aaron Gordon. Gordon hits again. I tell you, Aaron Gordon, he has had a terrific series. He has the signature moment of these NBA playoffs in the first round with that put-back dunk. He had 23 in Game 5 on 7 of 11 shooting. Knocked down a 3-pointer, made all but one of his free throws. Kawhi probing. And now with 4 to shoot, Norman Powell, another 3-point miss. That's an air ball. Clippers are 0 for 6 from 3-point range.
Well, maybe that's the formula for winning, because last night Minnesota went 7 for 47 and got the win. So maybe that's what you're supposed to do, is miss threes.
Murray connects for his first 3-pointer. Jamal Murray knocked down 8 threes in Game 5. Jamal Murray has 9 in this first quarter. Another fast start for playoff Murray. Nuggets have the lead by 4.
Well, following up on Tuesday's 43-point performance, Jamal Murray up to a good start, but the Clippers not doing a good job with their communication and leaving Jamal Murray wide open 4 times already tonight.
He elevates his game in a big way. 24 points per game in the playoffs. This is his 71st playoff game. He went for 10 points in the first quarter in Game 5. He is the Nuggets' all-time playoff 3-point leader. He's second in a lot of other major categories to his dynamic partner, Nikola Jokic. And what a tandem they are. 2 years removed from a championship. Derrick Jones Jr. first minutes on the floor. And the Clippers now 0 for 7 from 3-point range. Ty Lue searching for some shooting right now. Bogdanovic getting his first minutes as well. Let's see the matchups. Bogdanovic ends up on Gordon, and Jokic immediately finds him. And Gordon, a little turnaround, back iron. Harden the rebound. Christian Brown trying to check Harden. Harden leaves it for Zubats, and he puts it in.
Now, we've seen the Harden-Zubats combination many times, usually on pick and rolls, but that one on a straight penetration and dish.
Zubats 27 in Game 5, but only 5 rebounds. Ty Lue saying he needs a little more out of Zubats, especially in the rebounding and defensive columns here tonight. Nice pass by Jokic. What a find. And Brown missed it. There is Gordon, and a putback. And every Gordon putback in this building is going to remind him of that incredible moment in Game 4.
Well, the Clippers blitzing Murray, so on rotation, you're going to have a tough time blocking out.
Murray goes all the way. He is fouled, and a chance at a 3-point play. You got Jokic with the block on one end, and Murray racing to the basket and scoring.
It's just a good finish and a bad foul by Batum. If you're going to foul on those layups, you can't let him get the shot up on the rim that easily.
Jamal Murray at the line. We send it over to Lauren Jabara.
Guys, Jamal told me after Game 5 that moments like these are just fun. Everyone's playing for something, so just coming here, having my teammates back, they have mine. It's fun, good basketball. And Christian Brown also telling me Jamal Murray is built for big moments. The bigger the stage, the better he plays, and we trust him and Nikola to take the big shots. His game and mindset always rise when it matters the most.
You know, and as you reported, Lauren, early in this series when we were there for game 2. That hamstring injury was some concern. He had missed 6 games late in the year, came back for the last 2 of the regular season, and he has played heavy minutes. He's been regularly high 30s, even into the 40s for minutes played, as Kawhi Leonard from the same spot knocks down another mid-range jump shot.
There's not much you can do about that defensively. You're right there. He's just able to rise up over the top.
Blocked. Murray denied that time. Here's Bogdanovic running the break. Bogdanovic looking for Zubac, knocked out of bounds. Peyton Watson off the
Jokic
Nuggets bench.
encouraging the Nuggets bench to challenge. They don't. Then the Clippers inbound the ball.
And now Jokic on Leonard. Coming to the end of the first quarter here in this elimination game. It's win or go home for the Clippers. Nuggets lead 3-2. Batum hits a corner 3. And a good time for the first one.
All 26 of his shots in this series have been from 3. He's over 40%.
Bogdanovic fouls Westbrook. First 3-pointer of the game for the Clippers from Nick Batum.
Well, and that's big because, look, on the year, including the postseason, the Clippers are 33-4. They've won 89% of their games when they shoot 38% or better from 3. They've only won 28% of their games, 19-31, when they're below 38%.
Westbrook knocks down the first one. And we remind you, the NBA on TNT is brought to you by the Kia Telluride X-Line. Kia, the official automotive partner of the NBA.
And that stat, which I find very important, was from our crack stats guy, Tom Barber. I don't want to act like I came up with that on my own.
Incredible with the numbers. 1 out of 2 from Westbrook. We've got a great crew here. And glad to have all of you with us tonight. This series, they get late. This has been the best series in the playoffs. Clippers and Nuggets.
They're coming double Kawhi, and the shot clock's running down.
Quick release by Batum, missed it. Zubac and Jokic grapple, and it's going to stay in the possession of the Clippers.
Well, Zubac's been great on the offensive boards the entire series, averaging 4.6 offensive rebounds coming in. Already, he creates a second chance opportunity, even though it won't go onto the stat sheet for him.
Zubac leads the Clippers in offensive rebounds. He leads in this series. He's second overall in the playoffs. Led the NBA in total rebounds and offensive rebounds this season. Had a great year. Worthy of that most improved player. Finished second in that race. That'll take us to the end of the first quarter. Entertaining first quarter with the Nuggets up 28-25. Jamal Murray goes off again. 12 points in the first. And here we go to the second in Game 6. And you're watching the 2025 NBA Playoffs, presented by Google.
Coach, you told me pregame that you want to just settle in, not focus on it being a closeout game. How would you feel the first 12 minutes have gone into?
Yeah, we did a nice job. You know, offensively, it's a road game. We don't have to run and play crazy. Get yourself organized. Get a good shot each time down. Got Jamal loose a little bit. He's in a good rhythm.
Defensively, 1 of 8 for them from 3. How do you continue to force them into some difficult shots?
Yeah, it's tough. You know, you have to contest, but we got to help with Kawhi and James. Just to have a great fly-around mentality. Contest everything, and then we've got to win the defensive rebound.
Coach, appreciate it. Good luck.
Thank you.
Well, he's right. I mean, they've done a great job getting Murray going. He just got another really good look right there as we played the interview. They got to be really, really happy with that. And the Clippers have had good shots. They're just not knocking them down. This is their first trip to the free throw. Clippers
got to be pleased to be just down 3, honestly. Just 1 made 3 in the first quarter. No free throw attempts. As Harden knocks in the first free throw. Hey, don't miss a playoff moment with the NBA app. Get the latest scores, highlights, and behind-the-scenes access to all the drama. You can download the NBA app, powered by Microsoft. James Harden, 2 for 2. He's got 6 points, and as Nuggets fans are aware of, anytime Jokic is on the bench, he plays the entirety of the first quarter. These are the key minutes for both teams here with Jokic sitting. And these have been the successful minutes for the Nuggets in their wins as Westbrook takes a shot to the head, but DeAndre Jordan, the former Clipper, with the offensive foul, picks up his second already.
Well, here it is, and he just hooks Derrick Jones Jr. That was an easy call for Tyler Ford.
Nuggets have won the last 2 games, and the non-Jokic minutes, they've only gone -2, and yes, they are. But as we mentioned in Game 5, that's a victory for Denver.
Absolutely, you said it, and you're absolutely right. If they can keep it close with Jokic on the bench, Bogdanović, who's really was a factor in that big fourth quarter where they almost made the comeback in Game 4, had his best game in Game 5, and now gets a tip in early right here in Game 6.
Defending Porter, and that's going to be a loose ball foul on the Clippers. James Harden is irate,
saying that DeAndre Jordan pushed him. Certainly the Clippers could challenge if they wanted. I don't see anybody behind the Clipper bench thinking that's challengeable, and there's Jokic's off the floor minutes.
Now those are they won Game 1, Denver did, and they were -8. They covered that, but then they did a terrific job, got great production from their bench in the last 2 games. Most of that offensive production coming from Westbrook. Murray finds Brown, and a shot clock violation. Clippers lock them down, and the Nuggets turn it over.
That was great shot clock awareness by the Clipper defense that can run a second defender at Murray because they knew he didn't have time to make the pass.
Another missed 3. Jordan flying high for the rebound. Clippers 1 out of 12 from deep range. Only Batum has made a 3, and yet they lead it by 1. Here's Gordon. Gordon got it. Aaron Gordon, 2 more.
Aaron Gordon just had a great season. Other than the injuries, had a great season and a great series so far.
Really improved his shooting this year. Been a big story. Murray pulls down the board on the miss. Murray running. Harden jumps in his way and forces a bad pass. That was James Harden there with a good defense. Harden drives and lays it in.
And I know it's one thing the Clippers would like to and probably need to do is force a few more turnovers to get them out in transition. Denver with only 10 in Game 5, their lowest total.
And they're going to get a foul on Batum. Yeah, Harden got him in the air, forced that bad pass. Brown wasn't quite ready for it. And the turnover results in an easy layup. Denver with 4 turnovers. Clippers have turned it into 6 points. Clippers, who turned it over 20 times in Game 1, have really protected the ball well since. Only 2 turnovers.
Well, they've only averaged 11 in the 4 games since that Game 1. If you go back, Kawhi Leonard had 7 of those turnovers in Game 1 and only 2 assists. But since then, with Kawhi, 24 assists, 6 turnovers, a 4-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio. That's high-quality point guard play, let alone a wing guy like Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, dramatic numbers there. Significant drop in the turnovers. Harden crossover, gets a step on Porter, and Harden once again. And David Adelman calls the timeout. So the Clippers getting excellent defense on one end, and Harden going to the basket on the other. Designed to Win, presented by Levi's. And how about the opposite ends of the spectrum these 2 coaches are, Stan?
Well, you said it before the game. Ty Lue in his 9th year as a head coach, David Adelman in his 9th game as a head coach. But do not discount 10 years as a high school coach. David Adelman said that's where he gained his voice. And also, don't discount, David Adelman's been around the NBA game his entire life. His dad, Rick, one of the 10 guys in NBA history that has won over 1,000 games. David Adelman knows what it's like in an NBA locker room.
He puts Jokic back on the floor. Things were not going well for Denver. Jokic immediately fouls his Serbian Olympic teammate, Bogdan Bogdanovic, who will go to the line as we send it over to Lauren.
Guys, hearing from David Adelman pregame, he said as a kid, his dad would pull him out of school for a week to join NBA road trips. He said he wasn't on the bench, but he was in the locker room at the press conferences, watching how teams handled wins, losses, everything in between. He said, I wasn't in it, but I was in it, and said that behind-the-scenes rhythm, the emotional ups and downs, kind of shaped how he sees the game today, and it quietly laid the foundation for his own path in coaching.
Thank you, Lauren. And he stepped into a really tough spot. Michael Malone took him to a championship, had a decade with the Nuggets, fired right at the end of the season. Adelman only coached 3 games, won them all. And as Stan mentioned, his 9th game. He is 6-2 right now. He still has the interim label on him.
And he's following a great coach. But as Westbrook knocks down a 3, but you got to give his dad credit for taking him out of school for a week. The education he got in those kind of times has certainly served him better than most of the education you would get as Batum gets Leonard on a great cut.
Puts the Clippers back up 3. 4 minutes into this second quarter. Westbrook got caught in the air and throws it away. That is the 5th turnover this quarter for Denver. Make it their 6th this quarter. They've got 7 total.
Well, on Ty Lue, we haven't given it enough credit yet as Harden goes to the ring. Ty Lue changed his rotation when he took Zubac out. Instead of Ben Simmons, they've just played small, and Batum is on Jokic. It allows them to switch all the pick and rolls, and they've got more shooting, speed, and quickness on the floor.
Gordon from the corner comes up short. Big minutes right here for the Clippers. Adelman puts Jokic back on, and they've gone on a run now. They lead it by 5. Here goes Leonard, fouled by Gordon. Gordon picking him up on the perimeter.
We're going to get a little zone here out of the Nuggets.
Harden just knifing his way to the basket. They need a big game from James Harden. He's got 12 already. He's only missed twice. Here's Bogdanovic, no good. Coming off the 18-point game 5.
Yeah, he's got to knock that down. That's a wide open warm-up level 3 for a great shooter. And you know what? A lot of people are saying, why don't they post him more? Because then it's hard to get him the ball. They can get it to him at the elbow, and they're confident he can get himself to the rim.
Norman Powell goes right back at the Nuggets, picks up the foul.
That's 2 on Jokic at that end. And I like the way they're attacking him. We've seen Norman Powell do it a couple of times tonight, and he draws that foul.
14 foul for Denver. Next one's going to put the Clippers to the free throw line in the bonus. And we've got 6:53 remaining in this second quarter. Powell's been great at home. Had his 2 best games here at Intuit Dome. Ty Lue said he feels comfortable here. He had such a great season. Moved into that starting lineup. Was having an all-star caliber season until the hamstring injury derailed him. He missed 22 games. Was averaging 24 a game. And then coach, when he came back, returned for the last 14 games. He was not the same kind of scorer, but also Kawhi Leonard was back with the Clippers. Well, not the same kind of role.
Right, exactly. That's what really changed for Norman Powell. And that is Batum's 8th block of the series.
Wow. That's going to be Denver ball as the Clippers can't move it on the fast break. But how about this by Nick Batum?
What a great recovery. That's great pursuit and not giving up on a play. That's the defensive will it's going to take for the Clippers to win this game.
Jokic wanted it. They surround him and force another turnover. 7th of this quarter. Bogdanovic ducks his head And who touched it last?
Christian Brown wants them to challenge. Bogdanovich wants them to challenge.
I thought Bogdanovich touched it last as well. David Adelman says no.
Well, he went to his people and they said, no, don't challenge that.
This game's got a lot of spice to it right now as Harden draws the contact.
And he was in shooting motion. Jokic upset about the non-call at the other end.
Clearly behind the line, he'll get 3 shots. Harden looking like his regular season self. Harden had a tremendous finishing kick last 21 games, average over 26. Clippers won 18 of those final 21 games.
Now Harden on the drive, great little hesitation there, and then just attacks all the way to the rim in transition. Gets the switch on to Michael Porter Jr. and gets to that left hand. Now he's at the free throw line, and look, how do you overcome 1 for 14 three-point shooting? Well, the Clippers have 6 more field goal attempts, and after this one, we'll have 6 more free throw attempts as we see what Harden's done in his playoff career. Much better in games 1 through 4 than games 5 through 7, but tonight, James Harden is getting it done.
Nobody drew more fouls beyond the three-point line than Harden in the NBA this year. And he knocks them all down. Michael Porter Jr. getting that left shoulder tended to. The shoulder he injured in game 2. Jokic just pulls his way in, and Jokic lays it in, wanted a foul. I tell you, Jokic, he can give you whatever you want. He can be a passer, a shooter, and he can certainly go in the paint.
There's no question about that, and he's smart. He knows where his advantage is in any given matchup.
He's trying to pick up Leonard. Leonard can't get the bounce. Murray with the rebound.
And look at Jokic run.
Trying to post up Leonard, which he does. Westbrook gets it to him. Harden shows a little help, but there is Jokic. That is automatic right now with the size mismatch on the floor.
And look, there's no possible way that Leonard can guard him down there, but he can take away his left shoulder at least and make him go back to a side where he's not as efficient. And Harden now with 18 points.
And 14 in the corner as he buries a 3. Lead it by 7. Well, CJ Stroud in the building. The Inland Empire, and you know he's got his eyes on that Rockets-Warriors game tomorrow on ESPN. Starts at 9 Eastern. Chris Paul in the house as well. Great Clipper, and a front row seat to enjoy this one.
Well, my brother will be really happy that CJ Stroud is, I would think, here supporting the Clippers. My brother being a Houston, Texans season ticket holder.
Jokic is fouled on his way to the basket, coming out of that timeout.
Yeah, the Clippers go to the zone to try to give them a little bit of a different look, but not great defense there at all. Too easy to get for the ball to get in the paint.
I'm thinking your brother is so dialed in, he hasn't even acknowledged one person in the crowd at this point. Probably doesn't even know CJ Stroud is here. He's focused.
No, you're right about that.
25, 10, and 10, coach, in a playoff series all time. Jokic is doing that now. It would be the 3rd time, and just incredible names on this list, including his current teammate Russell Westbrook, who did it back in the 2017 first round.
But my guy at the top of that list, Oscar Robertson, who one of the phenomenal players in NBA history, but the guy after 5 years was averaging 30, 10, and 10 in the NBA, as Russell Westbrook has all of a sudden, in the last couple of games, become Steph Curry.
You know, he is a deadly three-point shooter from the corners, but the story in this series anyway, in the games in which the Nuggets have won, have been those wing threes that he has made, just like that one. Here's Dunn back on the floor, misses his 2nd three-point try. Murray pushes, Murray crossover, gives it up. Jokic is there, and Jokic puts it in. Took a shot to the lower region.
Yes, he did, and just great touch. Nice pass by Murray. I know fans look at that as close to the basket. Guy like Shaq can tell you how hard those shots are for big guys and the touch it takes.
Zubac puts it on the deck, turn around, jump hook is good. Nice move by Ivica Zubac.
There's another guy with great touch around the basket.
Nuggets on a 10-4 run here. They pulled it within 3, and now a steal. Powell. Powell and Bogdanovic run the floor. Powell, nothing there, turned away. Westbrook and Jokic get back.
8 turnovers now for the Nuggets.
In the quarter.
Great screen by Zubac. Chris Dunn wide open. Bogdanovic with another offensive rebound, but then takes an almost impossible shot.
Bogdanovic has been good on the glass. Had some big offensive boards in the Clippers' comeback. They didn't win the game in game 4, but he was a big part of that comeback. As Jokic misses, Zubac clears it away.
Jokic trying to draw the foul there against Zubac's outstretched arm, and Zubac pulled back his arm and turned it into a tough shot for Jokic.
Harden stalking Brown, fires a 3, hits another one. James Harden with a second made 3.
21 points in the first half.
17 in the quarter for Harden, most in the quarter this series. Did have a 15-point first quarter in game 1. But it's a big second quarter here tonight.
Well, and it's great to see for the Clippers, as Westbrook's going to try to get a 3 the old-fashioned way. But for the Clippers and Harden, after that 32-point game 1, he's only averaged 16 a game in the next 4. Look at Westbrook, just turns the corner, no real pick there.
That was the epic game of this series. Clippers were down 22, came all the way back to take the lead, and then the Gordon putback. Jokic had a big shot in that one too late. But Westbrook missed that game. He had rolled his foot prior to the game in the pregame warm-ups, and then he came back with a vengeance in game 5. 21 points off the Nuggets bench in just 25 minutes in the game 5 win. Powell all the way across court. Dunn guarded by Westbrook. Dunn leaves it for Leonard. Tough shot, Kawhi Leonard.
That's a great cut by Leonard. And a nice pass from Norman Powell.
Jokic drives, barrels his way in. And then the soft touch. All of the force leading to all of the skill at the end.
You know, and people who want to say he's not athletic, or people that don't understand athleticism, they only see it as running fast and jumping high. They don't understand, like, the deceleration we saw on that play from a very big guy. That is athleticism.
Jokic did pick up the 2 fouls in this second quarter. But Jokic with 16 points already, 4 rebounds. He's got 4 assists. He's got a couple of steals. Turned it over 3 times as well.
Well, look, the one problem for Denver is they're shooting 62%, and they're behind in this game.
Murray, Batum's on him. Murray gets it in the air. Murray, no good. Jokic is there. Jokic with the offensive board and a putback.
That's only the second offensive rebound in the game for the Nuggets. They now only have 4 second chance points.
Jokic with 13 in the quarter. Harden drives, swings it out to Kawhi Leonard. Catch.
Not quite sure why Christian Brown wouldn't rotate to Leonard on that and leave Batum, but great pass by Harden, his 4th assist of the night, to go with his 21 points.
Stars are here tonight for sure. Harden and Kawhi Leonard delivering in this first half. Murray and Jokic, 2-man game. And now in the corner, that's Peyton Watson for 3. Big shot. Peyton Watson hits one out of the corner.
Well, and tonight now, the bench has turned a little bit. 13-6 in Denver's favor from the bench. Two-for-one opportunity if they want it, not anymore.
And Jokic scores. Murray was patient, Zubac was guarding him, and Jokic had free reign in the paint.
Well, and Murray now with 6 assists, got those 12 early points. Now has become a playmaker, 6 assists and 6 rebounds to go with his 12 points.
Clippers had an 8-point lead. Now the Nuggets back in front. And Harden, no good. Clock ticks. Zubac puts it in right at the end of the quarter. And that will take us to the half. Just like we hoped it would be. It is tight. 3-2 Denver series lead. Clippers facing elimination. They take a 1-point lead into the half. Jokic goes for 20, Harden for 21. And you're watching the first round presented by NerdWallet. To EJ and the gang in Atlanta after this. We welcome you back from Intuit Dome as we continue on this Thursday night in Southern California. Santa Monica Pier all lit up on a beautiful night. 58-57, the Clippers in their home arena have a 1-point lead as we get ready for the third quarter. Brian Anderson along with Stan Van Gundy. We'll hear from Lauren in just a moment. And Stan, you talked about the Stars have to deliver in games of this magnitude, and they certainly have so far.
Yeah, they have. Your best players need to be at their best in the biggest games. Those 4 guys, incredible basketball.
Lauren Jabbar was near the Denver locker room. What'd you learn, Lauren?
I talked to assistant coach Ryan Saunders. He told me James has a game going right now, 21 points. We have to make his shots tougher. There's adjustments we want to get to defensively with certain guys on the floor, but they distorted our defense a little with some of the shots that they were making. We have to play our game. He said offensively, he likes the physicality, likes that they're going to the free throw line, but turnovers have killed us. A lot of those making the extra pass at the end of the shot clock. We have to be smarter with the basketball, guys.
Thank you, Lauren. Good job there. And the turnover story is a big one. Denver turned it over 8 times in the quarter as Jokic just picks up his 3rd foul, and that's got the interim head coach, David Adelman, pacing on that sideline. And the other point Stan made in the first half, but bears repeating, the Clippers have, at this moment, 6 more shots after that Brown layup to start this quarter. With +7 in field goal attempts in the first. And now Batum hits his 2nd 3-pointer.
And another adjustment lineup-wise. Ty Lue starts Batum in the second half for Chris Dunn, and that move immediately pays off.
Chris Dunn missed his 3-point opportunities. Got caught in a couple of mismatches on the switches, too. Here's Brown, set up by Jokic. Zubac the rebound. Here come the Clippers. Batum regained the lead for him.
Well, Brown, almost 40% on the year from 3, but 19% in this series.
Nice finish by Norm Powell. Well, he is a beast in the lane. He's got moves in there with those little runners. That one, he was squared up with the basket. Doesn't always have to be.
Nick Batum matched up with Jamal Murray.
It's Kawhi matching up with Gordon. We got off to such a fast start here tonight. Gordon comes up short. Zubac, the bouncing rebound. Zubac with 5 rebounds now to go along with 8 points. Here's Leonard, shakes Porter. Leonard hits a 3. And David Adelman calls a quick timeout, 2 minutes in. 8-0 Clipper run after the Nuggets scored the first basket of the quarter. Powell and Kawhi Leonard send the Nuggets to the first timeout of the second half. John Lovett's locked in tonight. That's a ticket. Enjoying this Game 6 matchup. Take a look at our FanDuel Live point spread for tonight's game. Clippers were favored to start the game, and they've added to that, now at 8.5. Clippers with an 8-0 run here in this third quarter, and they lead it by 7. Denver with the ball. We're just 2 minutes into the third. That was a quick burst by the Clippers, forcing David Adelman into a timeout. Murray and Jokic. Jokic passed it up, finds Porter, and Porter hits a 3.
That's his first bucket of the night. Last 2 games, he had averaged 15.5. The 2 games in Denver, but tonight, 3 points.
If you haven't been tracking this series, Porter took a nasty fall late in game 2 and a left shoulder injury. He's been playing through it. He's actually been pretty effective playing through it, but it is heavily bandaged. 3 on the shot clock. Leonard, tough shot with Gordon defending. Brown flying high for that rebound. And here come the Nuggets now.
At times, the Clippers just take forever to get into their offense, into their attack, and then they're playing against a low shot clock and having to take tough shots.
Jokic. Here comes Leonard. Leonard hangs. No foul. Leonard will go to the free throw line. It is incredible the kind of contact Kawhi Leonard can still endure at age 33.
So strong, and he's got some of the biggest, strongest hands in the game. It's really tough to strip the ball from this guy.
Kawhi Leonard, 20 points, 11 assists in game 5. That was a playoff career high for assists for Leonard. And he knocks down the first one. Chance to remind you that you can earn badges to win prizes with the NBA ID Playoffs Challenge. Members in the US and Canada who complete the challenge get the chance to win a trip to the NBA Draft. You can play now in the NBA app or at nba.com/ID. Kawhi Leonard shot at 81% from the line in the regular season, missed half of the season. Makes them both. It's a 6-point Clipper lead. Biggest lead for Denver, 7. Biggest lead for LA, 8. It's been that kind of series. 3 of the games have been decided by 3 points or less. Murray got in the air, finds Brown. Brown hits a 3.
Wow, and that's only Brown's 4th 3-point. What was it, 2? I was going to say that was his 4th 3-pointer of the series.
Officially scored as a 3, but I think you're right. A long 2. Officials will take a look at that. Right now, the score is accurate. And Murray, nice little mid-range jumper. 2-point game. Leonard with Gordon on his back. And he finds Zubac. Zubac with a little shot fake, going to work, stripped by Porter. Jokic at the controls now, resets it for Porter, bad pass. Again, Porter doesn't have much mobility in that left arm. Jokic drops his shoulder. Porter now drives it. Porter with the finger roll, missed it. Harden pushes. Harden, no good. There's Kawhi Leonard.
Great effort by Leonard to run the floor. A lot of times guys just spectate, assuming the layup will be made. Leonard hustles, gets the Clippers another opportunity and a bucket, and they are in the lead because they have 7 more field goal attempts and 5 more free throw attempts than the Nuggets.
Playing hard. You can see the effort level showing up at every level. Murray back to Jokic. And Jokic turns it over.
His 4th turnover of the night.
He did have a triple-double earlier in the series, but he turned it over 7 times. And it cost him. That was game 2. There's Kawhi Leonard. He's got another one.
Great patience by Leonard down there. Jokic was faking at him and going back. Just very methodical. Knew he had the size to get it over the top. If Jokic left the area, and he did.
Leonard's got 20, matches his output from game 5. 6.5 to go, 3rd quarter. Leonard go home for the Clippers. Nuggets a 3-2 series lead as Jokic and Zubac with the block.
That's a great job by Zubac. First of all, by taking away his right shoulder.
Oh, wow! Norman Powell exploding to the basket. Oh.
But give Zubac the credit for that. Had 2 blocks in game 5. He's got 2 tonight. And that was great game plan discipline to take away Jokic's left shoulder and right hand. Look at this. Jokic would love to reverse to that left shoulder. Zubac keeps him going to the left hand, and then a great block, and then Norman Powell explodes to the rim. Not too many guys like Norman Powell who are going to shoot over 40% from three and be that explosive to the rim.
High fives from his bench. That was something else. He had one thought on his mind. A little crossover, the hard drive, and the hard finish, and Powell flexing on him and into a dome.
Well, Norman Powell, a guy who's been a lot better at home than on the road, getting it done here in the third quarter. Hitting that runner, exploding to the rim twice. This dunk put the Clippers up by 8.
Powell was excellent in the home games at Into a Dome earlier, games 3 and 4. Clippers outscoring the Nuggets 16-9 this quarter. Powell has 6 of those 16. Big possession coming out of the timeout, and a shot clock violation. Murray threw Westbrook a hot potato, and he couldn't get it off in time. Searching. Nuggets are searching. Meanwhile, it looks like Ty Lue and the Clippers have found the right combination with Nick Batum, coach.
They're plus 13 with him on the floor in 20 minutes. Look, in the first half, he played Batum as his backup center instead of Ben Simmons. Now he puts him in the starting lineup. Ty Lue, rightfully renowned for his ability to make adjustments, has done it again, this time with his lineup. And the Clippers get another second opportunity. Now 9 more field goal attempts than Denver. And that's how you overcome a team shooting 58%.
8-0 run, first double-digit lead of the night as Murray misses and Leonard able to secure the rebound to Harden. Clippers trying to send this series back to Denver for a game 7. Harden drives, Harden scores. Harden with 23. The three-pointers. Gordon lost the handle. Powell with a steal.
Well, the Clippers defense is really stepping up. Only 9 Denver points here in 7.5 minutes.
That's what Ty Lue told us before the game. It's effort. As Westbrook fouls Zubac. They didn't feel like there was anything wrong with the scheme. They just felt like they needed a little extra from everyone defensively, and they are getting it tonight in desperation mode, facing elimination. Powell's typically a target. They go after him, and he was pumped after that steal.
Well, look, that's his second steal of the night. And Norm Powell's got a lot of pride. This is one of the best competitors in this league. It's not like Norm Powell doesn't make an effort defensively. It's just he is essentially, especially when Dunn plays, their small forward, and he's very small. He's always giving away size.
Kawhi Leonard gets a big hand on his way out. Derrick Jones Jr. enters.
Kawhi Leonard will come back and play the entire fourth quarter. He'll get this 4-minute rest here.
Clippers making this run with Jokic on the floor. Gives the Nuggets a little anxiety for the start of the fourth. Batum, little side swipe, comes up short. Zubac keeps it alive. Over to Powell. Powell drives. Powell lays it in. It's the Norm Powell corner.
Well, and a smart play by Norm Powell because he knew Jokic with 3 fouls didn't want to foul. Denver has not had a field goal since the 8-11 mark. Clippers by 14.
Back into a Dome, 12-0 Clipper run, and Norman Powell leading the way. 8 points in the quarter, 16 in the game for him. I chatted with him after game 3 about how he's picked up his game in games 3, 4, and 5. He said, I'm just reading the game a little bit better. I think the first couple games, it was tough for me, but now it's slowed down a little as the series gone on. Late in the game, too, talking to the coaches, reading how they're guarding me. I've been finding open shots, getting to my spots. And Ty Lue told me it's about him making shots. He got open shots the first couple of games that he usually knocks down, and he didn't. Then the home games 3 and 4, got his stroke back. He said, we never worry about Norm, though. He's a seasoned vet.
He scored 37 points combined in the 3 games in Denver, and he's been up over 20 points in his 3 games here at Intuit Dome. Shot clock down to 4. Here's Jokic to the corner. Brown is open. Brown hits a 3. That's a big shot. Denver needed that one. Coach, as you mentioned, they were in a drought. They had not scored a field goal since Murray's bucket. Just a little over 8 minutes remaining in this third. So they go almost 5 minutes without one as Jones Jr. hangs and scores.
Well, you can see the Clippers going right at the rim. They know that Jokic does not want to pick up that 4th foul, and he's just allowing people to go to the rim.
He is always met by a crowd inside. And Zubac thought it was for him. It was actually for Jones, who was screaming down the baseline. Here's Gordon. Gordon will dunk it down. And Denver gets a couple of points off that miscommunication by the Clippers on the other end.
Yeah, good break for the Nuggets there. Their defense wasn't exactly good, but they were able to come up with a turnover anyway because both guys were open for the lob.
Here's Powell once again. That was deflected. Zubac's able to secure it. Powell in the corner resets. Oh, Norman Powell. He's got the wall up and loud. What a quarter.
But Zubac again getting that loose ball creates a second opportunity, and the biggest difference in this game right now, 10 more field goal attempts for the Clippers.
Denver down 14. Under 2 minutes to go. Jokic finds Gordon. Gordon hangs and scores. Wow, he has got some serious hop and an excellent find by Jokic. Like he got eyes in the back of his head.
He sure does. That's his 7th assist on the evening to go for it with his 20 points.
Powell once again. Jones Jr. Cash and Nick Batum with a sweet little dime.
Look, they got off to a really poor start shooting threes, but they've made 7 of their last 15.
Brown for 3, got another one.
And Brown, who came into the game 3 for 16 from 3 in the series, has now made 2 in a row.
Brown's got 10 in the quarter, and he's trying to keep Denver in shouting distance here. There's Kawhi, there's Zubac. That is Zubac's shot right there. That little runner in the lane, it is pretty.
That's from about 10 to 12 feet. That is such a difficult shot, and he makes it look easy. Nothing but net there.
45 seconds left in the third quarter. Been a big quarter for the Clippers. Here is Jokic, and he buries a 3. Just when you need one, that's a second made 3. The Joker's got 23 now. Well, you got to imagine his time on the bench to start the fourth quarter is going to be short. Harden, short. Westbrook, rebound. Nuggets can get within single digits for a deficit here. 6 seconds separating shot clock and game clock. Westbrook, and that's going to be a foul on Jones. Jones and Jokic.
They had one to give, though, and so took an opportunity to put a body on Nikola Jokic a couple of times.
Yeah, he made him feel him.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And look, they knew they had a foul to give. I don't like them giving the foul there. They had a nice differential where they were going to get the ball back with 5 or 6 seconds. Now Denver can essentially run it down for the last shot. I think teams often use the foul to give thoughtlessly.
A little over 1 second separating shot and game clock. Coming to the end of the third quarter, and it's blocked from behind by Derrick Jones. So Jones gets a block, and the Clippers maintain that double-digit lead. They are up 11. They outscore the Nuggets in the third quarter by 10. Powell goes for 11 in the quarter. To the fourth we go. Game 6. You're watching the 2025 NBA Playoffs presented by Google. Game 6 with their backs up against the wall. Those extra passes chasing down 7 offensive rebounds. And how about Nick Batum's little touch pass to Powell? Clippers outscore the Nuggets 32-22 in that third quarter, and they lead it. And moments ago, Lauren Jabara with Ty Lue.
Coach, you made the decision to start Nick Batum that third quarter. You guys were hot for 12 minutes. What worked and what went into that decision-making process?
I think spacing offensively, along with our pace was good, so they couldn't get back and get matched up. And then defensively, I thought we were really active.
You guys are up 11, 12 minutes left, backs against the wall. What are you telling these guys right now?
We got to win the quarter. We got to win the quarter. Same aggression defensively. Keep attacking on the offensive end, and we should be fine.
Coach, appreciate it. Good luck.
Well, first possession of the fourth, the turnover. Westbrook misses the dunk. Watson gets it back and able to score. My goodness.
Well, and quite honestly, not enough Clippers players pursued back. They just assumed it was going to be a breakaway dunk. You're in the biggest game of the year right now. You can't assume anything. Look, it's not like in the third quarter Denver went cold. They shot 50%, 4 for 7. Denver is shooting 58%, 45% from 3, and they were down double figures at the end of the third.
That's a strong finish by Michael Porter Jr. He's fouled on the play. And clutching at that left shoulder. Chance at a three-point trip down the floor here for the Nuggets. Came right down on that left shoulder. And Lauren, he is grinding it out, trying to play through this injury, which he would certainly not be playing through if it was the regular season.
He definitely did. I talked to him pregame about it and said, how bad does it hurt while you're playing? He said, well, anytime I lift it up, even less than 90 degrees away from his body, he feels it. He said he can't hurt it anymore. It's just pain tolerance at this point. And the more that you play, the more inflammation that there is. So all he can do right now is ice it and try to rest it as much as he can. But he told me that he's gone through so many injuries over the last 4 years that there's days that he wondered if his path was being redirected. But someone told him to quote, the obstacles in the journey are the journey. He said he stopped asking why me, started embracing the hard days, because that's where the growth happens. And the mindset, guys, he said it's always mind over matter.
It's a phenomenal story. He almost lost his career with a couple of back surgeries even before he got into the NBA. Nuggets took a flyer on him, and it's paid off. There's Harden on the putback. Harden hung in there. And James Harden having a big game. You pointed it out, Coach. He has generally struggled in the late games of series throughout his career. He's had a few moments, but not tonight. 25 for Harden. Bogdanovic commits a foul on the other end.
Well, especially with this lineup, though, the Nuggets need to get Jamal Murray going. Only 2 points since the first quarter for Murray.
Murray, 14 points, 1 made 3 for Murray. Remember, he made 8 in Game 5, and a hot bounce pass. Westbrook can't handle that one. That was right at his feet.
Well, the turnovers have been the problem. That's a 13th turnover for Denver. It's one of the reasons, probably the biggest reason, the Clippers have 10 more field goal attempts and 4 more free throw attempts in the game.
Leonard finds Jones, the lefty in the corner, hits another one. Harden was just patient. And then a quick pass to Kawhi Leonard, who delivered it to the open Derrick Jones Jr. 23 points off those turnovers. Nice take to the basket by Murray.
Yeah, but that's a defensive breakdown by the Clippers. They to take the ball from beyond the three-point line to his strong hand and get all the way to the layup. And Jokic's rest is going to be about as short as we imagined it would be.
Kawhi Leonard hits that mid-range jumper.
Well, he and Harden now with 51 points, 13 rebounds, and 13 assists. The Stars have to step up, and now Jamal Murray, after a quiet couple of quarters, is starting to step up.
Clippers lead it by 11 here. Oh, denied by Watson as Leonard went for the scoop.
Watson, one of the best shot blockers in the NBA. The Nuggets want a transition take foul on that. I do not believe they're going to get it.
Fouls on Bogdanovic. Great block there by Watson. High for that one.
Watson,
Spring-loaded.
13th in the league in shot blocking, despite not being a center and only playing 24 minutes again.
Jokic back on the floor. Murray will get a quick breather, he and Gordon. Jokic and Brown off the bench at the 8:36 mark. So when Jokic returns, Denver down 11.
Well, but they're -5 tonight with Jokic on the floor. You can win the Jokic minutes. It's almost impossible for Denver to beat you.
Most of that in the third quarter. That was a great run by the Clippers in the third. Jokic finds Brown, wants a reset, and that's Westbrook in the corner, and Westbrook missed it. Watson knocks it out of bounds. That'll be Clippers ball.
Only 3 offensive rebounds on the night for Denver against 21 defensive rebounds for the Clippers. Clippers led the league in defensive rebounding percentage on the year. They had struggled mightily in this series, but they're taking care of business tonight.
Harden for 3.
And he's taking care of business too. James Harden with 28 right now to go with 5 rebounds and 8 assists. He knocks this one down, and the Clippers are up 14.
You're watching the first round presented by NerdWallet. Los Angeles on a Thursday night, and a fast start for the Clippers here to this fourth quarter. The Stars kind of canceled each other out in the first half. Harden and Leonard were +2, but it's been a different story in this second half. Those two have combined for 20 in this second half already, and just 10 from Jokic and Murray. James Harden has 28 tonight, had 26 combined in the last 2 games, having one of his best games. As Batum blocks Murray on a pass attempt, and able to force another Denver turnover.
Well, the impact of Nick Batum on this game has been huge.
Bogdanovic finds Jones. Jones gives it right back. Bogdanovic can't hit. Westbrook with the rebound.
That was a good look. Look at Batum battling down there with Jokic.
Foul's going to be on Bogdanovic, and he took a shot after the foul from his Serbian Olympic teammate right to the jaw. Bogdanovic had 5 fouls in game 5, but he delivered big time. Made 4 threes, had 18 points. You heard Ty Lue talk about the spacing, and they've got that with Batum and Bogdanovic. Watson confused. Watson puts up a tough shot, short.
To make a decision off that.
Sitting on 28 points tonight. He's made 3 threes. Murray guards him closely. And a little step back. Oh, Murray knocked it out of his hands and took a shot. And then Kawhi Leonard no good. Westbrook with a rebound. I tell you, Murray got clocked. Watson misses the layup. Bogdanovic back to Westbrook. Here goes Westbrook, and he lays it in.
I mean, Harden and Derrick Jones Jr. have to get back in that play. That's the second time tonight. The Clippers just assuming people were going to make shots, and they're giving up buckets. The effort and the focus has to be better. The other thing right here with a 12-point lead, I don't like Harden just holding the ball and running this shot clock down on every possession.
On the side of the floor, Bogdanovic fires and hits. Contested 3. And Bogdanovic, acquired from the Hawks for his 3-point shooting, hits a big one. Murray comes back. And it is Watson. Watson stuffs it down. Nice effort there by Peyton Watson. 5.5 to go in regulation.
I think they need to get into their action quicker here and get quality shots. You can't rely on end of the shot clock threes every time.
Jones passes it up. And now Bogdanovic to Leonard. Shot clock down to 5 now. Leonard trying to turn the corner. And Leonard, no. Good touch pass. That'll be Jones Jr., and that is Denver ball.
Well, the effort Jones Jr., though, is putting in on the offensive glass is eventually going to pay off. Denver is not getting a body on him, and if they don't, we're going to see a tip dunk by Derrick Jones Jr. before this game is over.
Clippers lead is 13 as we hit the 5-minute mark. Westbrook all the way in, lays it in. Ty Lue upset with very little resistance on that one. And a timeout on the floor with the Clippers up 11.
Listen, the next 3 minutes, we got to cut this thing to 6. We got to make a run here, all right?
Hey, we got to refocus on our defense, all right? No mistakes.
Got to make this run right now, fellas. Okay, a lot of time here, a lot of time. Stay together. Stay together.
Intense huddles, these two head coaches. Interim head coach David Adelman of the Nuggets. Just his 9th NBA game. State Farm audio assist. That was good to hear. Ty Lue, championship coach, 2016 with the Cavs. Under 5 minutes to go in regulation. Clippers lead it by 11. Murray guarding Harden, who's had a big game tonight.
Yeah, but again, that shot clock is way down.
Finds Batum, catch and shoot, no good. Gordon with a rebound. Here come the Nuggets now.
And this is what Ty Lue wants now. They've had a couple of breakdowns. The ball's gotten to the rim very, very easily. He wants more focus. Notice he has not brought Zubac back in the game, though I think we're going to have to see him down the stretch, and here he gets up. Jokic too big right there. Harden, that's a lazy pass, even though it got deflected out of bounds. You cannot get careless at either end of the floor right now.
Well, it does get Zubac in the game. Jones will sit. Easy pickings for Jokic, who has 25 now. 25.7 assists. He's also Harden 28, Kawhi Leonard 26. Powell had the big third quarter. He's sitting on 19. And with 5 to shoot, Powell gets it back. Drives on Brown fouls him, and Powell to the line. Getting these late clock pushes by the Clippers. And now Powell will go to the free throw line to try to put him over 20 for the 3rd time in this building in this playoff. Watch hit shows like Up and Adams with Kay Adams and Run It Back, featuring Lou Williams, Chandler Parsons, and Michelle Beadle. It's on FanDuel TV, and it's free on all your favorite devices.
Free is everyone's favorite price.
Powell hits it first. He's got 20. So you have 3 Clippers who have at least 20 points in the game. Their 3 best: Harden, Leonard, and Norman Powell.
Nick Batum guarded Jokic, and now he's on Jamal Murray. How about that?
Yeah, if the Clippers go on to win this game, there's your game ball right there.
I would agree, even though the 3 stars have had outstanding games. I would agree with you. And the other thing I'd do is I'd get Nick Batum in bed and rest him.
Gordon offensive rebound, and Gordon denied, and Harden out of the pack. They clamp down on Aaron Gordon. Big possession right here. 3.5 to go. Harden in the paint. Harden up over Murray. Harden, no, and Jokic with a rebound. Knows they got to go fast.
Well, he's one of the best I've ever seen as a big guy, pushing the ball and making plays in transition. And he does it there, coast to coast, and finds Gordon for the 3. We said the Nuggets are the #1 fast break team in the league. For most of the series, the Clippers have done a good job, but the best Clipper fast break, Denver fast break, is when Jokic rebounds and busts out.
First made 3 for Gordon, and it is a big one. The lead is 8. Clippers with the ball. Powell drives, and Gordon got the block. Up ahead, Murray. Leonard chases. Murray with the reverse. Here come the Nuggets, and Ty Lue wants the timeout. 6-point game. Game 6. Denver a win away from the second round. It's an 11-2 Nuggets run. 2:43 remaining in regulation. ESPN takes over tomorrow. One game, Rockets-Warriors game 6. Warriors a chance to eliminate the Rockets for a second time. Rockets with a big win at home last night. Go to the NBA app or NBA.com for more on that one. We're set up for a finish here. 2:43 remaining in regulation. And the Nuggets on an 11-2 run. It took just 3 minutes. No field goals for the Clippers in over 3 minutes. You got to go back to the Bogdanovic 3.
Well, yeah, I just don't like the approach offensively of the Clippers, running the shot clock down all the time. That is not how they've played for a good part of the game. We're down to 6 again.
Deflection by Westbrook. It'll be Clipper ball, 4 to shoot.
This offense is just not getting enough done, and it's going to require some outstanding just shot making here to be able to stay in this game.
Harden desperation. Harden puts it up, no good. Jokic with the rebound. Westbrook on the run out. Westbrook misses the layup. Powell knocks it back, and Batum secures it. Great hustle by Batum.
I'll tell you what, though, they just dodged a bullet. I do not like the way the Clippers are finishing this game out.
Kawhi Leonard with Murray on him. Brown joins. Harden now. 5 to shoot again, late clock. Batum extra pass. Powell flyby. Powell. Big shot. Norman Powell.
In the Intuit Dome than he has been at Ball Arena.
And how about Zubac with him step for step.
And another great move by Ty Lue. There's been a lot of them tonight, but a great move getting Zubac back in this game. Powell, a sidestep 3 with the shot clock running down. And then Zubac, a great block and an excellent non-call by the referees.
Clippers defending well here. 9-point deficit for the Nuggets. They're running out of time. Minute and a half to go. Gordon for 3. Big shot on its way. No good. Long rebound Westbrook. He's left open. He fires and misses. And Gordon with the follow.
There's still a lot of time here. Kawhi Leonard never even came back in the play right there for the Clippers. Like, you've got to finish this game off.
Murray.
Get to game 7.
Murray with a block. Murray leads a charge, and it's blocked by Batum. Brown runs it down. Man, Batum is having a game. All the little things. Brown ducks his shoulder. That's a block. And free throws for Brown. A furious pace. Nick Batum at 36 years of age. The fountain of youth.
I'll tell you what, Batum leading the series in block shots, but he is doing it all. Knocked down a couple of threes, block shots, and a great extra pass for an assist. Nick Batum, 6 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks, and they are plus 12 with him on the floor.
Brown at the line. Nuggets down 6. I think the most impressive number on Batum's line, 33. Not the number on his jersey, but the minutes he's played tonight. He averaged 17 and a half in the regular season. It's only the 3rd time he's gone over 30 minutes all year.
Well, and the Clippers seem to be doing a lot of hoping the clock is going to run out. 58.5 seconds is a long way to go. You got to play this game with force and a sense of urgency right now. You know Denver's coming after the ball. You can't do anything lazy or careless.
The run is 15-5. 50 seconds to go, and Ty Lue sprints in there to get a timeout. Clippers trying to hang on, trying to save their season. Facing elimination. Can they force a game 7? Clipper ball when we come back. Game reset. Ty Lue uses his final timeout. Both coaches still have a challenge. Denver does have a foul to give here. 50 seconds to go, Coach.
Absolutely, and here's the biggest thing. Denver has hurt them. The Clippers have to make sure they've got great defensive balance here and don't give up a run out.
Zubac gets the inbounds. You trust Batum to put it in.
It's going to be a late shot clock shot. That's the way the Clippers have played the entire game down the stretch here.
Here goes Harden. He lost the handle. Ball's loose. Brown up with it. Jokic with the ball in his hands at the controls. 30 seconds to go. Jokic passes up a three. Drives on Zubac and misses. And Leonard comes out of the pack. Zubac stands tall defensively. They have to take the foul now.
Zubac has made two great defensive plays here down the stretch. Great spin. May have gotten away with a little foul there.
How about the footwork? Big man's moving it. Zubac with 4 blocks.
And Zubac will go to the bench here. Bogdanovic in because they know now that Denver's going to have to give a foul unless they can get a steal here on the inbounds. And so they want their best free throw shooters in the game. It's an area where Zubac has struggled in the series, only shooting 58%.
Denver had the foul to give and had to take it immediately. Next one will put the Clippers at the line. 20.4 seconds. And here we go. Batum will put it in. Clippers by 5. Leonard's got it. And Westbrook fouls Kawhi Leonard. Leonard, an 81% free throw shooter.
2 for 2 tonight. Has not had a game under 20 points in this entire series.
His 30th playoff game with at least 20 points as a Clipper. That ties Blake Griffin, second all-time. Chris Paul is the leader in that category.
It's a good name to tie, though. Blake Griffin, a great player here for the Clippers. And one of the better people I ever had the opportunity to coach. Only got to do it for a short amount of time in Detroit. But Kawhi Leonard, this is a big free throw right here. You take this to a 3-possession game with 18.8 seconds to go, and you're in really good shape.
Game 7 will be Saturday night if the Clippers finish this off. They were up 15, just under 6 minutes to go in this fourth. And now Kawhi Leonard. Oh, it's in and out. And a quick timeout. Nuggets use their last timeout. They'll advance the ball. 111-105. Denver ball when we out of timeouts. Brian Anderson, Stan Van Gundy, and now desperation mode for the Nuggets coach.
Yeah, no question. Big thing for the Clippers here now. I'm sure they're going to be switching screens. You want no fouls, no threes, and nothing quick. That's
Murray,
too quick and wide open.
And he missed it. Gordon rebound, resets it. Three-pointer, no good. And it was Jones there to secure it.
And that'll do it.
We're headed for a game 7.
And Brian, from the start of game 1, this looked like the series was going 7, and now it is.
It has been the best series of this first round.
Нежно серый гибкий, летает тобой, что лютый зверь, не соблазняй его улыбкой. Молчи, когда стучится в дверь, а если он ворвется силой, за дверью стань истерики. Успеешь к горнице немилой, сухие стены подарки. А если близок час позорник, ты повернись лицом к углу, свяжи узлом платок свой черный и в черный узел спрячь ему. Черный узел спрячь ему. И пусть игла твоя вонзится в ладони грубые, когда в его руках ты будешь биться. от боли и стыда, и пусть в угаре.
Jamila, gida gida, yeah. Oh, heaven knows, man know that I love you so much, Jamila. Ooh, yes I do. You left my world and left me so cold. Now I'm wondering how I'm gonna get you back. Hey, nasa na fata miki rai, Jamila ki yafe mun. Na dawo gida ban ga Jamila ba, na dawo gida ban ji muryanta ba. Hey, wayo, a neman mun Jamila. Hey.